What is up, you guys? I'm Charmx, and I'm going to be reacting to 5 strange mysteries that need serious explaining by top 5s. Now, it's been a while since I've reacted to a top 5s video, but this sounds like it's going to be freaking really cool. I don't think it's going to be paranormal. It might be. I don't think so. Definitely from the title. But then again, it might be. Who knows? But it's by top 5s. It makes pretty good videos. So make sure you guys go subscribe to top 5s. That link will be in the description. Go support them on my Patreon if you can. That link will also be in the description. Without any further ado, let's begin. Also, I'm very tired at the moment, so forgive me if I'm not like crazy energetic today.
Some things in this world just don't add up, and that is the case for these 5 mysteries we're looking at in this video. On the morning of the 18th of January 2019, the body of a young man was found at the foot of a 50-meter high crane on a construction site in the...
Wait, what year? 2018 or 2015? Forgive me, okay.
The body of a young man was found at the morning of the 18th of January 2019. The body of
19? This is freaking this year.
A young man was found at the foot of a 50-meter high crane on a construction site in the Port-Mail district of Paris. The body was later identified as 18-year-old Alessio Vinci, and initial suspicions were his death was a tragic suicide. But as the police delved deeper into his background, there were a lot of unanswered questions that revealed a chain of events that are still unexplained to this day. Alessio was from Italy and was enrolled in his first year of aerospace engineering at the
Aerospace engineering, so he was really smart.
Polytechnic of Turin. At the time of his death, he was living in digs in Turin, although he had previously lived with his grandfather in Ventimiglia, who had raised him since the death of his mother when he was a child. The day before his death, Alessio had travelled from Italy to Paris and checked into a hotel in the Port-Mail district. None of his family or friends were aware he was there. While in his hotel room, he called his grandfather and asked him...
That's weird. Wait, none of his family or friends knew he was there? That's weird. So either he's very disconnected with his family and friends and just doesn't tell them stuff he does, or, I don't know, that's weird. Like, you'd think that people would know where you're going, right?
...about a medical appointment, but he did not tell him he was in Paris. He also sent a message to a family friend, saying his grandfather was the best parent he could have had. Tell him I will never come back this time.
Oh, so it sounds like it's planned then.
At around 2 AM, Alessio left his hotel room, and his movements after that are unknown. He was found dead at 8 AM that morning by construction workers. His body was still warm, and his estimated time of death was around 6 to 7:30 AM. When police searched Alessio's hotel room, they found he had drawn a code on a sheet of paper with the PC camera and left it on the screen as a background. It read ETP Jesses CAM 381 AS LCM. Nearby, there was a letter written in French that read, "I will not tell you why I did what I did. It is written, but you may think that I am just too tired to continue. I won't be angry if you remember me as a crazy young man. I don't care what people think. I only ask for one thing, and I know that someone will do it. Show everyone this message."
Okay, so from what I've gotten so far is that he did take his life, but he left a message regarding the reason why he did. I don't know what the reason is. I don't know how good of a reason it is. I don't think there's really much of a reason to ever do that, but I don't think it was like foul play. He definitely did do it, but the reason why, don't know.
Later they found he had also burned the letters ETP backwards under a desk at his lodgings in Turin, and they found another code that read S1190018. Initially it was believed Alessio had made a snap decision to go to Paris, but further investigations found he had planned the trip, and the booking had been made online 10 days before his death, although he had not told anyone of his plans. Some reports state that Alessio won 300,000 euros at the casino,
Whoa.
while others say he travelled to France.
No, I don't believe that. The casino part. I mean, it just doesn't make sense. Also, a casino would have, they would have records of it if he did win the money.
Convinced he had won over 100,000 euros, and he was taking his win receipt to the casino of Monte Carlo in Paris to collect his winnings. But the receipt turned out to be a fake. Allegedly, Alessio's grandfather had also confirmed Alessio told him about the win.
Wait, he did win? He won $300,000?
And some of his friends had noticed he was spending excessively in the weeks leading up to his death. However, we could find no confirmation about these reports, or where the money went if they are true.
Oh, so it's not confirmed if he won money. I'm confused. I mean, I know most people before they end up doing what he did, they will spend more and they will be more generous and whatnot, just because at that point they just don't care about the money because they don't plan to be around for much longer.
Toxicology reports revealed there was no alcohol or drugs in Alessio's blood, but there were traces of an anticoagulant medicine, even though Alessio did not suffer from any ailments that required the drug. Later,
what was the medicine? Like frickin' aspirin?
reports claim that Alessio was enrolled in the Forum de Bruti. Translated, this means the Forum of Ugly, and its members considered themselves ugly and discuss ways of attracting women. Many believe this is untrue, as Alessio appeared to have plenty of friends, including girls. Despite all the twists and turns into the investigation, it seems police are no nearer to finding out the truth about Alessio's death, and aren't convinced it was a suicide.
And are or aren't? The note still makes it sound as if it was. And the fact that he was spending crazy money also does sound as if it was. And I don't know if it's confirmed or not that he actually won money. But, you know, a casino would definitely back up that if he did win money or not. Because they would have to write it off in their books. So it would definitely be in the casino's books. But just like the note alone sounds as if he did what he did for a specific reason, but we just don't know what that is. This is a dark episode, man.
It does seem strange that he would travel to Paris, a place he had never been to before, to jump off a crane and kill himself. There has been some serious investigating going on Reddit, which we will link up below in the description. And if any of you can add anything to this case, or clarify some of the details, that would be great, as there is so much conflicting information, it's hard to know what the truth is.
Yeah, that was a weird one. That was dark. I don't know what the truth is there. I mean, it does sound as if he did commit the act. He even wrote the note saying he did it, but he didn't give his intentions. And yeah, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think.
The unexplained call from a car. On March the 7th, 2015, police responded to a call from a fireman that a car was upside down in a river in Spanish Fort, Utah. As they approached the upturned vehicle, they could clearly hear a woman's voice coming from the car shouting for help. This gave them hope that the occupants were still alive. The following footage shows them struggling to turn the vehicle on its side and lift the partially submerged car out of the water. Inside they discover Lily Grossbeck dangling upside down next to the body of her dead mother.
Oh.
The infant was unconscious, but miraculously still alive. Following the rescue, Lily was rushed into Mountain View Hospital, where she was treated for hypothermia. Tragically, her mother, Jennifer, was pronounced dead at the scene. The previous night, 25-year-old Jennifer and her daughter were driving home to Springville at around 10:30 p.m. when their red sedan crashed into the frigid river below.
Oh, that's terrifying. It's kind of like a fear of mine is to get stuck in like water in my car. Once you get into like a situation like that, you have to open the door like as soon as possible or break the window, which breaking a window can be hard. So, you know, you got to open the door as soon as possible to try to get out. And I know you can actually get like a tool to break a window, like a little, it's like not a hammer, but it's kind of like a little tiny hammer. And I really should buy one. I just have been pushing it off, but yeah, I don't know. It's terrifying.
Autopsy results confirmed that Jennifer was killed on impact 14 hours before the car was discovered. So how did emergency responders hear Jennifer's desperate pleas for help from inside the car when she was already dead?
Straight down! Straight down! Eric, get over here, Beddoes. We're helping, we're coming! Eric, get down here and re-entering flipping. Eric, get over here, Beddoes. We're helping, we're coming! Eric, get over here, Beddoes. We're helping!
That doesn't sound like a woman's voice. It sounds like someone in the background or something. Like, not in the car, but like back there, you know, yelling to them.
We're coming!
In interviews after the crash, at least 4 officers claimed they clearly heard a woman's voice calling, "Help me, help me." Tyler Beddoes, one of the officers involved in the rescue, is quoted as saying, "For 2 nights I've laid awake, trying to figure out exactly what it could be. All I know is that it was there. We all heard it.
So I guess obviously there was the sound. Now the sound in the video does not sound as if it's coming from the car. It sounds like it's someone in the background just yelling at them, but it doesn't sound like it's coming from the car.
It was extra motivation. As for little Lily, it is a miracle how she managed to survive with no food or water in the freezing cold. But she did, and made a full recovery. Jennifer's family believe that the call the officers heard came from Lily's dead mother, who would have found some sort of way to stay with her baby until help arrived. In a side note to the story, after the autopsy, it was discovered that Jennifer was intoxicated with multiple drugs at the
Oh my goodness.
time of the crash. But this certainly doesn't explain how the officers heard the screaming. What do you think of this one?
That's weird. To me, you know, it sounds as if, like I was initially going to say, well, what if the mother was alive and then passed away right when she was getting rescued? But then you're saying that, oh no, that she actually passed away on impact. Well, it's obviously not the baby yelling. So, like to me, I don't think it's the mother's ghost just hanging around. I don't believe that's what happens when you die. You don't get an option to decide where you go. But to me, it sounds probably maybe it was like a, I don't know, guardian angel or something. Like, especially if 4 people who are trustworthy all say they heard voices coming from in the car, and that the only thing that's in the car is the little baby. The only really explanation I would have is that it's something supernatural. But the voice that I heard in the video did not sound as if it was coming from the car. That voice sounds like it's someone in the background just yelling at the guys. That's what, to me, what it sounds like. But either way, it's very surprising that baby did not pass away. And what year was that in? Was that like this year as well? Or is this like an older one?
Unexplained sound. Now this next one is a bizarre sound captured on a home security camera outside a house in New Mexico. We don't have a ton of information on it, but the audio speaks for itself.
Are all these bugs just flying by? Like, look at it.
Online in early 2019, and apart from it being a sound we haven't heard before, it's the reaction from the animals that we find odd. The poster explained that he had 2 dogs that barked at everything, and he couldn't understand why they hardly made a sound when there was clearly something outside the house. At around 2 AM, the poster received a frantic call in work from his terrified wife, who asked him to check the security camera.
2 AM and you're at work? What are you doing? What are you doing? Security, maybe?
Camera on his phone, as she could hear something outside. The camera was not the type that continually records. It only sent alerts when something set it off. Take a look at what he saw when he checked.
Look at all these weird things flying by. Is that like bugs? Is that how many bugs are there? Like moths or whatever?
Checked his phone.
It sounds like it's a person. It actually sounds like it's a person to me. That doesn't sound paranormal or anything like that. It sounds like it's a person, like, sneaking around.
After Redditors viewed the footage, where the original video was posted, the comments ranged from unexplained to a possible wild animal. But what puzzled the man the most was the reaction of his 2 dogs, who he said would usually go crazy if they heard anything outside. It is likely the cat set off the motion sensor, but she wasn't the one making the noise, and she seems like she...
Yeah, the cat definitely set off the motion sensor. 100% the cat is what did that.
He was looking at something under the bushes. The poster's wife joined the discussion and explained that the noise was louder than the camera had picked up, and she had been hearing strange noises all night, as if there was something outside banging on the walls of the house, and it seemed as if it moved from the side of the house to the front.
It's probably just a crazy person or something. That's what it sounds like. You hear the rustling around and that... Sounds like a crazy person.
When the couple checked the house the next morning...
And what is this, New Mexico or Mexico? Which one is it? New Mexico or Mexico? There's a vast difference. But either way, you should have some kind of home protection, you know? Especially if this is in Mexico.
There was nothing out of place, and the only footprints were from their cat.
Time to get more security cameras. But do you only have 1 security camera here? Like, you should have them all around your house so you can kind of get like a full 360 view.
They are convinced something sinister was lurking around, and the fact that neither their dogs or their neighbors' dogs seemed to sense it, or if they did, were too scared to react, makes it all the more terrifying. It's worth pointing out the house is located in a suburban area and is at least 100 miles from any forestry. There have never been any sightings of larger wild animals like bears or cougars in the area, and the most they get is stray dogs and cats.
It's weird.
Also, the camera at the front of the house didn't capture a thing.
Oh, so they do have multiple cameras.
What's your thoughts?
I don't know. Like, it's weird. To me, it sounds like a person. I don't know how loud it was in real life, but from the cameras, it sounds like it's just a person making weird sounds. Especially if they live in a suburban neighborhood and, they're far away from woods or whatever, then it's most likely it's just a person. But either way, you should have something to protect yourself because crazy people be crazy.
The JFK Badge Man. Although we have previously covered all sorts of conspiracies and theories surrounding the assassination of JFK, the Badge Man is not one we have looked at.
I've never heard of this one. I've heard a lot of conspiracy theories, but not this.
On that fateful day in 1963, Dallas resident Mary Mormon was standing directly across from the grassy knoll, about 15 feet away from the presidential car. As it passed, Mary took 5 photographs with a Polaroid camera, and she managed to capture images of all the occupants of the presidential limousine.
Wow, that's a horrible picture. How can someone get a better picture of her than she can of people taking the freaking pictures? Like, they had a colored picture. She has a black and white picture. You can barely make out anything.
As well as other crucial witnesses to the assassination. However, one of the most controversial photos she took was the 5th one, in which she captured the president's head as the shot entered his brain and killed him.
Yeah, might just censor that. Frig me, man.
The photo was calculated to have been taken less than 1/6 of a second after JFK was shot. Over the years, the photograph has been digitally enhanced and blood and brain fragments can clearly be seen exploding forward from the president's head.
Yeah, don't need to see that.
Which appears to contradict the theory that the shot came from the front. Also in the photo is the so-called Badge Man, the name given to an unknown figure that is also reputedly visible in the shot. The Badge Man, many theorize, is a sniper responsible for firing
What am I looking at? It's such bad quality. I don't know what I'm looking at.
shots at the president from the grassy knoll. And even though an alleged muzzle flash obscures much of the detail, the Badge Man has been described as wearing a police uniform with a shiny badge on his chest that has caused the bright spot in the image. Speculation about the Badge Man has spawned many conspiracy theories over the years, including a plot by members of the Dallas Police Department to kill President Kennedy and frame Lee Oswald.
I'm so confused. Like, where's this Badge Man? Like, I don't see any... I'm so confused.
None of these claims have been
What is he pointing at? What is here?
substantiated, and interestingly, the Warren Commission did not include Mary Morland's photo in its report in 1964, although years later in 1976, the House Select Committee did send a high-quality negative version of the photograph to the Rochester Institute of Technology for analysis. They concluded that there was no evidence of human forms anywhere in the background.
Yeah, I can't see anything either. I don't know. It could be, was it pareidolia? Is that what it is? Where you see things and then your brain thinks there's like a face or something? Maybe that's what's going on.
And the specific area in question was deemed to be so underexposed that it was impossible to glean any information from it.
Yeah, I can't see anything.
Others who disagree with the Badge Man conspiracy claim that the image is simply sunlight reflecting off a glass bottle and not a human figure. In a twist to the story, strangely enough, the Badge Man photo was never confiscated by the FBI, although a second photo Mary took that showed the 6th floor window of the Texas School Book Depository moments before the assassination was. Although allegedly,
see, that's a bit more mysterious.
the FBI lost it and never published it.
See, that's a lot more mysterious.
So like everything about the president's assassination, the Mormon photograph and the claims attached to it remain yet another unsolved mystery of the Kennedy saga. So that's 5 strange,
It was a weird one too. That last one, I don't know. I couldn't see anything. That last one, I don't even know. It was the least mysterious out of them all. Sure, some aspects might be mysterious, but at the same time, I couldn't see anything. I couldn't make out anything. Frank, what a horrible camera that she was using. It's like the first Android camera. Anyway, I hope you guys like this video. I think this is really interesting. And let me know what you guys think regarding these clips. I think I'd rate this video out of a 10, probably at like a 7. And yeah, with that being said, make sure you guys go subscribe to Top 5s. That link's in the description. If you're new, subscribe to the family as well. And I'll see you guys next time. Boop!